Hi and welcome to today's vlog. Today is a room tour of our hotel at Chessington World of Adventures. We are staying at the resort. We've got, I think, a safari room. So I'm gonna show you around, show you what the room looks like and tell you whether I think it was worth the money.
She likes oversharing with outfits and swearing, admiring her tats while she plays with all her cats. Her disability gives her superpower, agility to holiday and live the right way.
And the first thing you've got is some handy storage, a couple of coat hangers there, a couple of biggish drawers. I quite like this sort of fun like leather strap detail. You've got your typical teas and coffees. There's some hot chocolate there, milk, sugar, kettle, cups, and there's some more like storage there. There's an ironing board and an iron, and then some little cubby holes up there. So I think quite a lot of storage, to be fair. And then just off the door as you come in, you've got the bathroom, some artwork, lovely. There's a bath mat there, which is good. It's got a big walk-in shower, which is good. This isn't an accessible room. There are accessible rooms available. So obviously if your mobility is limited, there is a step up to the shower in these regular safari rooms. It does advise for your safety to make sure the bath mat is securely in place. So I bet they have had complaints about slippage. I don't have any shoes on at the moment, and the bathroom floor just in my socks is very slippy. Anyway, toilet roll there. These are like, I guess, just regular face tissues. And then there's a big sink here. I thought that was a drawer that was gonna open, but it does not. It's a rail for the towel. Big sink. Towels and soap, and then this great big mirror. A couple of hooks on the back of the door. Some more towels up there. It looks like this is the only like shampoo and shower gel that you get. We didn't bring any with us. We just sort of assumed it would be here. Luckily we're only staying one night, so we don't need that much. But if you're staying in this hotel for more than a couple of nights, I would suggest bringing your own shampoo and shower gel because there's not that much here. Shaving points. It does say that they have a selection of things you might have forgotten down in their leisure club, so that's quite good. So you come out of the bathroom and into the main room. This is a double room with bunk beds. I've asked Neil if he wants to sleep in a bunk bed tonight. He has declined. There is plenty of space down the side of the bed. You've got bedside table there, lights at the side of the bed, aircon, light switches, etc. There is a big full length mirror here, big TV on the wall, one of those thingies for popping your suitcases on. It's the bunk beds. There is another bedside table and light switch. There are no like plugs by the side of the bed, which is a bit of a pain, but there are plenty of like plugs and USBs here, so that's good. There's a telephone as well. There's another mirror here. There's a fridge, which is really good. And then over here you've got like a desk area, a couple of chairs and a table, and then the bunk beds, which are like safari themed and have this like safari print on the side. I will show you the view from our window. We are super disappointed with the view. This hotel is not full tonight, and there are plenty of safari savannah view rooms. This is our view. Yeah, really not impressed with the view, not happy about that at all. But there are areas where you can view the savannah, and the sort of savannah viewing area is open till 8 p.m. tonight, so we're definitely going to go and check that out. But yeah, that is our room at Chessington Resort. But it's a nice room for a couple of nights. If you're a family, it's probably quite good value for a family of four. So, you know, I think for the two of us, probably not that great value, especially with the lack of a view. All in all, it's an alright room. It's very spacious. Like I said, lots of space down the sides of the bed, bedside tables. Could do with some plugs at the side of the bed, but that's not the end of the world because there are plenty of plugs over there. And actually having a fridge is quite a bonus. We are going to be eating in the hotel tonight, so I will tell you what that is like shortly, and we'll show you around the rest of the hotel as we look at it later. There is a bridge between the Zafari and Azteca hotels, so you can travel freely between the two, and this will take you to both of the restaurants, and it will take you to the leisure facilities as well. The pool was actually closed when we were there, which was a bit of a shame, but they did let us know beforehand that it was going to be closed. The Savannah viewing area is open to hotel guests until 8 PM. It is really lovely out here. You can sit outside, there's a bar where you can get drinks, you can see the animals on the savannah, and you can go around some of where the animals sleep, which was a lot of fun. It's really peaceful out there, and there was staff on hand to tell you about the animals too, which was really good. After having a drink, we headed in for dinner. Our only option for this night was the Zafari restaurant, as the temple restaurant in the Azteca hotel was closed. Here's where it sort of really went downhill for me. There were no gluten-free choices available at all. The staff were really not knowledgeable at all about the food. They offered me an allergens list, which was next to useless. I didn't even video the food because it was that terrible. I went for what I felt would be the safest choice, which was salmon and green beans and potatoes. It did say on their allergens list that their fries were gluten-free, so I did have fries, which were fine. But I didn't even bother to record the food. It was just that bad. So Neil had a burger, which he said was fine for what it was. It was a burger. I think we had a couple of drinks again each. But all in all, this restaurant was terrible. If you like pizza and you like burgers and you don't have any allergies, it's probably great for you. But yeah, I was really disappointed with the restaurant. So after that, we headed back up to our room to get some drinks. I love the lift in this resort. It looks like you're in a hot air balloon flying over Africa, which I just thought was such a cute touch. The hotel, the theming is fantastic. The theming is great, you can't take away from that. But I just had a really bad experience with the food here. Okay, you can't see it now, but there was a fox up here a minute ago. And there was, still is, an ostrich way back up there.
Another ostrich.
This is a really cool view. It's a real shame that we cannot see this from our window. But this is like a communal area, sort of on the floor above where the restaurant is. You can see this from the restaurant as well. But yeah, this is a really lovely view. And then all of this, like, bit they call the reserve over here, is open until 8 o'clock, so you can go and walk all around that still. And there's goats and zebras and what are those cows with the big Ankoli? They've got some Ankoli cattle as well in this bit, and they're really cool. And there's a porcupine and a bunch of meerkats. But yeah, all of that whole bit is open to hotel guests until 8 o'clock, which I think is a really nice added bonus. And then yeah, in the evenings you can see all of these animals. And if you are on this side of the hotel, you can see them from your room as well, which I think is very cool. And yeah, I saw a fox a minute ago as well, like a bonus fox. So there you go. And there's a pond, which you are apparently not allowed to swim in. And did you know that when threatened, ostriches can deliver a lethal kick, much like myself? So it is day 2 at Chessington. We've just woke up ages ago. We've just been for breakfast. Dinner last night was alright. And they did say that they could do like the burger without the bun, and then that would be gluten-free, which I thought was a bit of a shame, because there were some places within the theme park where you could have had a gluten-free bun. So I went with what I thought would be the safest gluten-free option for me, which was salmon, which came with crushed potatoes and sugar snap peas. I did find a single solitary piece of macaroni pasta in with my sugar snap peas, but it hasn't made me physically sort of... I just want to pause the video here to say that we didn't complain about the food at Chessington. We could have done, but I'm one of those classically British people that doesn't like to cause a scene. I imagine that they probably would have done something if we'd have complained, but I didn't see the point. The staff were all really young. They didn't understand what we were asking for when we talked about gluten-free, and I honestly couldn't be bothered with the fuss. Luckily, it did not make me ill. Bear in mind that if you have allergies, this is not probably the best place for you. I don't know yet whether, I suspect there was cross-contamination anyway, but I don't feel overly unwell, so I don't think I ingested any gluten last night, like large bits of it anyway. Neil, how was your burger?
No.
Neil says his burger was nice. It was just like a bog standard chicken burger. It had tomato and onion and stuff, and it came with fries, and it was a fairly big portion. And we saw some people having pizzas. The pizza looked nice. There was like a chicken skewer thing that looked nice. So only this Zafari bar and grill was open last night. The temple restaurant was closed. Most of the places you sat, you could see out of the windows and you could see the animals out there. There weren't many animals when we were eating dinner, just some, I don't know, antelope things that I don't know the actual name of. And then after dinner we sat just in sort of the main communal area on our floor. There were some seats there and you can see out of the windows onto the savannah, and we saw some zebras and an ostrich and a fox and stuff, so that was quite good. And then the room was alright to sleep in. The bed was fine. There is a window you can open a crack, which I did do because air conditioning plays havoc with me. But the bed was comfortable, the room was warm. If you've got the window shut, it is really quiet in the room. With the window open, we did hear, it was quite noisy outside quite late on, so if you're kind of not into that, maybe sleep with the window shut. So we've just been down for breakfast. We had breakfast in the temple restaurant, which, let's just say it is a good job the breakfast is included in the price, because the breakfast is pretty shoddy. It's a pretty shoddy breakfast. It's like a buffet style breakfast, so the same kind of thing you get at like a Premier Inn or, I don't know, other hotels that do buffet breakfast. So they've got like your hot counter, and then they had pastries, and I mean it looked like there was a really good selection. There was fruit, there was yogurt, there was pastries, there was bread, I think there were chocolate muffins, the pancakes, and then there was all like your hot stuff, so bacon and things. They gave me the allergens list, and there were... So for breakfast I've been handed this allergens menu, which I think is covered in somebody's blood. A couple of things on there I could have. Unfortunately, one of the things I could have had scrambled eggs, they did not have any of at all. There were no scrambled eggs. So I had some bacon, which was pretty terrible. I had some very cold mushrooms, which were pretty terrible. I had an orange juice, which was nice, and the tea, which was fine. Neil had some pastries. How were the pastries?
The pastries were alright. The pan of raisin was nice.
Pastries were fine. And then he had some pancakes, which looked disgusting, and he said tasted disgusting.
Dreadful.
And then Neil had some, English breakfasty bits, which were cold and just not very nice. Everything was just cold. And in this sort of temple restaurant, you are sat in like the half darkness, and from what I can gather, if you eat there in the evenings, there is some sort of light show that goes on periodically. We did, as you can see from the clips, there was a light that flashed continuously above our table, which was quite annoying. I mean, we could have asked to be moved, but we didn't, so that's our fault. There was sort of a lot of staff milling around, but they were all kind of listless and avoiding eye contact, so you didn't ask them to do anything or ask them for help. Breakfast wasn't a great experience, and I think if you had to pay extra for it, I would absolutely say don't bother. The fact that it is included is fine, and I think the fact that kids can go and get their own pancakes and stuff is probably quite fun for kids. The Azteca Hotel has the temple restaurant, and I will say from the temple restaurant you cannot see any of the animals outside, so if your kids want to see the animals whilst they have breakfast, definitely book your breakfast in the Zafari restaurant, not the temple restaurant. But yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's sort of Aztec temple themed inside. So like I said, it's in the half darkness, and there's like foliage and plants everywhere, but all the plants are fake and plastic, and nobody's cleaned them or dusted them. So it's all kind of like a bit cheap and tatty looking, which I think is a bit of a shame, because it could be really cool. And if you were going to stay here with your kids, I think kids would have a whale of a time in this hotel. I just think there's a couple of things that could do with improvement. Like, our room's fine, it's clean, but there's some bits in the bathroom that are a bit mucky, and you know, the cups are chipped and the plates are chipped, and I just think there's a couple of areas where it could be. So we paid about 150 quid for the room, for breakfast, and for 1 day's park tickets for both of us. If you're a family of 4, I mean, there's just 2 of us in this room. If you're a family of 4 in this room, that's maybe a bit better value. Neil thinks, I'm not good at this kind of thing, Neil thinks that including tickets and the room and breakfast, that the hotel is quite good value.
That's right.
It's all right. And if you're looking to come to Chessington and stay overnight, this is a great option for you, because you get early park entry. We can now go into the park at 8:45. Oh, Neil paid 20 quid extra for another day's ticket. So yeah, 2 days park tickets, the hotel, breakfast for 170 quid is not too bad. You would pay a lot more for a lot less in other places. So yeah, it's all right. And I think kids would have an absolute whale of a time here. They really would. The hotel is a lot of fun for kids. There's loads to do, and there's lots of entertainment for kids in the evening as well. I saw a sign in reception. But yeah, and you get early park entry the next day, so we can go in at 8:45 now, and some of the rides do open from 9, which I think is really good. And the new rides in Jumanji World open at 9 as well, which is really good. So yeah, it is a really good option for you if you're coming to Chessington and you want to stay in the hotel. It's a great option. You might as well do it. Just breakfast isn't great, and there are no real options for celiacs, so bring your own food if you're a celiac. Yeah, that's it from my Chessington hotel room tour. We stayed in the Zafari hotel and it was fine. So that is it from me for this vlog. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll be back soon with another video.